welcome to a new video from sunny Spain. I'm here at Tenerife, how's it called, and at a very nice hotel. As you can see here, probably behind me, the ocean, and here the hotel lobby behind me on 3 different floors. So very interesting. And I'm here now on my vacation, as I probably told you already in one of my videos. And what I want to do here right now is not waste the time but use it, and I do a photo comparison between the 3 phones that I took with me: the Mate 50 Pro, the Xperia 1 Mark IV, and the Xiaomi 12S Ultra that is currently filming here, because it's the only one with a 1-inch sensor, and I think it looks the best when it comes to video quality here on this device. So what do you think about this one here filming me right now? And I will show you some photos, do some comparisons, of course, like the usual. Maybe a little bit different here because I don't have a computer with me, so I have to do it all in KineMaster on the phone itself. Will be a bit harder, but nevertheless I want to participate in this little vacation that I'm taking here. So let's get started. So to just show you where I am here in Tenerife, you can see the ocean there, you can see some nice warm sun, 28 degrees here. So for everyone who is feeling a bit cold in Europe right now, this is the right place to come. And here you can see the hotel complex, as you can see, very big. This is now 16 millimeters. I can go up 24 millimeters. This is the Xperia 1 Mark IV, just to show it to you, 85 millimeters, and I can even go higher here to 125. So yeah, this is the native zoom range of this device. Pretty awesome. And just so that you see some footage here of the Xperia 1 Mark IV. Here we see the main camera photos, Xperia 1 Mark IV, muted colors. We have more punchy colors, the punchiest in vivid on the Xiaomi 12S Ultra, and the most balanced one on the Mate 50 Pro. Side by side we can see that the HDR effect towards the left, so towards the Xperia 1 Mark IV, is much darker, and it gets gradually stronger with the Mate 50 Pro being best. Sometimes you see something in the distance and you want to zoom in, so you have to have a good zoom on your main camera, which is likely the smartphone that you take for your vacation. So when you see something very nice in the distance, when you want to zoom in, which one of those smartphones can perform the best? By the way, this video is recorded with the Mate 50 Pro at 4K and 30 frames per second, just like all the other videos are recorded. And I think it is going to f2 in video mode by default. You can, if you want to have more creamy bokeh, just like on the Xiaomi 12S Ultra, go of course to f1.4, but you have to do this in Pro mode or the aperture mode for video. What do you think about this quality? And let's check out the zoom. Xperia 1 Mark IV shows good results at all zoom ranges. 3.5 times is the sharpest, 5.2 times a bit softer, and 10 times a little bit more soft. But colors are accurate and you can clearly see what I was photographing here, so it is still good. The Xiaomi 12S Ultra uses very punchy colors, high contrast, and a lot of sharpening that help to make those shots look very sharp, and even sharper than on the Xperia for sure. Even at 10 times it looks very good. The Mate 50 Pro has the right amount of colors, punch in the colors, the right amount of contrast and sharpening applied for its zoom shots. So 3.5, 5.2, and even at 10 times zoom it looks all balanced, and I think in general it is the zoom champ in this comparison. Sometimes to get something in perspective you want to choose a wider angle of view, just like I'm doing here on my Xperia 1 Mark IV and this super wide angle, which is like 16 millimeters. But how wide can those smartphones be if you want to have some nice architecture that you want to photograph? Let's check it out. Again, the Sony provides the most natural colors, but not the widest angle of view. This goes to the Xiaomi with 13 millimeters with punchy colors, high contrast, and the Mate 50 Pro, which has also 13 millimeters, as you can see, and more natural colors. In terms of colors, it's a head-to-head race between the Xperia and the Mate, and also in terms of sharpness, the 16mm helps the Xperia here a bit. The Xiaomi tries to hide its unsharpness by punchy colors and over-sharpening, sadly, and I think it's the worst. And some other times you want to get close to an object or subject, but without zooming in, you want to use your main camera to get to very, very small objects very, very close. So the macro mode. How do those cameras perform in macro mode? The Xperia doesn't have a dedicated macro cam. I use the main cam here. You can crop in, or you can use the zoom lens. This is 5x zoom. I had to step back a bit, but you can get away with it. The Xiaomi gets also very close using the ultra wide angle for autofocus. I zoomed in 2 times here, and the Mate 50 Pro, more realistic colors here, and I think also a little bit sharper than the Xiaomi, but yeah, it's very, very close. And if you compare them together, of course, the Sony is the last place, and I think Xiaomi 12S Ultra and Mate 50 Pro are the best here, though we have a bit of more punchy colors on the Xiaomi, and Mate 50 Pro more realistic colors again. So, and sometimes you also want to try out nighttime photos. So I'm recording this with the Mate 50 Pro and the internal mics this time, and hopefully you can hear me besides the bus going on and cars passing by and so on. And how's the video quality here? In video it is a bit harder, but in photos actually, the camera phones can perform nighttime photos. Yes, even the Xperia has this option, though it's only kicking in automatically and not manually. But on the Pro side, you have the manual controls that you can use as well if you have a tripod or something else that allows you to position your smartphone on a very, very stable ground for long exposure shots, for example. But what I want to try out is like the normal handheld shots with the default night modes or the default automatic modes that are kicking in. As you might have saw, I'm only testing the automatic modes in the default settings of the cameras, because otherwise I would have like a video that is like 3 hours long when I was talking about, when I would be talking about the pro modes of the various different cameras. So let's check out night photography. The Xperia is getting a nice nighttime shot with the main camera with slightly overexposure in the lights, and the ultra wide angle is slightly darker but also pretty okay, I would say. Very realistic. The main sensor on the Xiaomi doesn't need a night mode because it's so large, and here you can see a good result. And also the ultra wide angle, though it needs it, punchy colors and a bit brighter than the Xperia, definitely better than the Xperia. The Mate 50 Pro has the brightest shot and controls the light the best on the main sensor, and also the colors look very realistic, and also the ultra wide angle looks like almost daylight and is a very, very good shot with more accurate colors than the Xiaomi for sure. All three are very good in night mode, and the brightest picture is definitely the Mate 50 Pro. The Xiaomi 12S Ultra has again this punchy and sometimes a bit wrong colors, and the Xperia 1 Mark IV has no blooming, which I find very interesting here. So yeah, both have very good points in night mode. So as I did a test with the Mate 50 Pro, I thought it might be also good to test the Xiaomi 12S Ultra in the dark with its 1-inch type sensor, 1.0, 1.0 type sensor. So almost, yeah, it's a 1-inch type sensor. And this one, yeah, performs very, very good here. A little bit of light and you get wonderful shots with nice creamy bokeh, even in the dark. So now recording with the Xperia 1 Mark IV. This is the USB-C adapter that I don't need because it has a 3.5mm headphone jack, and even the smallest sensor here, 1/1.7-inch size, has the possibility, if you have enough light even in the dark, to perform wonders when it comes to like a little bit of creamy bokeh and also good quality for video. Don't go too dark because otherwise it will be too grainy, but you might hear some noises in the background using the external microphone, but there's a party for kids going on. We have like 20 minutes before 9 right now, so yeah, that's going on there. So what do you think about the night footage here? So which of those devices is the clear king for photography on your vacations, on your holidays? Write it down in the comment section. This is, by the way, recorded using the Mate 50 Pro and the Pro video mode using the aperture of f1.4. And you can see eventually when I go to the shadows that it tries to hunt a bit, or it's losing my face a bit. So it's still something that the Mate 50 Pro has to learn. And one of the reasons, it's probably keeping the video aperture at f2 all the time when you're recording video and it's not opening it up so far. But if you have a good lighting conditions, just like the sun shining now directly onto my face, then you have of course no issues at all when it comes to the autofocus. Write down in the comments which of those videos was the best for you. That's everything for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and until the next time, bye.